Red Ball is a game that needs no introduction. It was probably one of the best Flash games whenever it was still on websites like King.com. And fun fact, there's actually 3 different versions of the first Red Ball, being the full Red Ball experience on King.com, the Red Ball demo that was going to be used on other websites, and the Red Ball prototype, which can also be found if you download the source code to Red Ball. So, we're going to look through the unused files and compare the prototype, the demo, and the full game. In the files of the demo, we can actually see some unused movies and also some unused sprites as well. The main thing to note in the unused movies is an unused animation for a dragon walking on screen and the King.com logo being fired in. These sprites are unused as to try and load this game in like a Flash player, it doesn't load these, which is really off. And the fact that there's also a loading screen that was going to be used as well, which is used if you have a browser that supports Flash, which sort of doesn't exist. So yeah, the loading screen and this little animation is unused. I did my absolute best to try and recreate that animation, so here you go. Also, in the files, there's an unused massive wall that was going to be used in level 15, Shop Burglary, as there was nowhere it could be placed. It was probably used as a template to actually make the texture, but who knows. There's also stuff similar to that in the form of giant wood and metal textures that were going to be used for the wooden and metal objects that are in the... And that's all the unused stuff that's in the game. There's also an unused sprite in the files that says this site does not support this game, please visit king.com to play. Which I don't exactly know how you were supposed to get this pop-up, but I'm just going to say it's unused. Now it's time to actually get into the prototype of the game. There's not really many differences between the prototype, demo, and full game, but there's enough. One of the main things you'll notice is the title screen, as the prototype says Red Ball Platformer instead of Red Ball, and Red Ball on the title screen is actually transparent, instead of being fully colored in. And a lot of buttons are missing. The only buttons that you have is play, more games, and credits. The credits page is also different, as the King.com sponsor isn't there yet, so it just says sponsored by, sponsor logo, sponsor site.com. Also, the UI is different. The level select is different. If there's a flag that's in the level select icon, it will actually move. This is different from the full version. And the fact that the King.com exclusive levels are also not there either. The pause menu is different, as clicking P just shows pause, and there's no extra information or even a little white box like in the final game. There's only one more difference in the game, and that is the last level. Instead of it saying nothing like in the full game, or please play, you can play the rest of the levels on King.com in the demo, it says the end. Red Ball Platformer 2 coming soon. And that's every difference that is in the prototype to the final game or the demo. Now I think it's time to talk about the difference between the demo and the final game. In the demo, the game's name is changed to Red Ball instead of Red Ball Platformer, and the sponsored stuff is now there. There's no big difference in this version, besides the fact that there's always a King.com logo in the bottom right. And that's all the differences that are between the final game, demo, and the prototype. I didn't exactly work hard on this video, but I did work hard enough.